Every year, thousands of workplace injuries happen, and not because of broken machines, but because of unsafe behaviors. The shocking part is how many of these accidents are preventable. But how do we change workplace behavior? How do we build a culture where safety is second nature? Meet the DuPont Bradley Curve. Introduced in 1995, the DuPont Bradley Curve became a model that reshaped how organizations approach safety. What started as an internal tool quickly became an industry standard, guiding companies toward a culture where safety is second nature. To understand this framework is essential to helping organizations reduce incidents, improve efficiency, and create a stronger, more accountable workforce. Let's look at how it works and where your company stands today. The Bradley Curve was first developed by DuPont in 1995, after one of its plant managers explored leadership strategies in Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It introduced a new way of thinking that directly connected safety culture to operational performance. Originally designed with just 3 phases, the model was later updated to include a 4th and more advanced stage, the interdependence stage. This addition reflected a key realization that long-term safety improvements can't come from rules alone, but from a shared commitment across teams. Unlike rigid compliance programs, the Bradley Curve is a dynamic model in that it allows organizations to assess, refine, and track their safety progress over time. Let's examine the Bradley Curve's 4 stages and see how companies move from a high-risk environment to a proactive safety culture. Stage 1 of the Bradley Curve is the reactive stage. This is where safety is seen merely as an individual's responsibility, and accidents are often blamed on bad luck. Stage 2 is the dependent stage. Here, safety programs are in place, however, employees follow the rules only because management enforces them. Third on the Bradley Curve is the independent stage. Stage 3 is where employees take personal responsibility for safety, proactively avoiding risks. And finally, stage 4, the interdependent stage. This last step is where safety becomes a shared value. Employees actively support and protect one another, creating a culture of accountability. Each stage essentially represents a shift in mindset, moving from reactive compliance to proactive engagement. Next, we'll break down what each stage looks like in practice. In the reactive stage, safety is an afterthought. Workers take risks, accidents are frequent, and management only reacts after an accident happens.
Take Company A, for example. Company A is a factory with 20% more injuries than the industry average. Why is this the case? Because Company A's employees were never properly trained, and management only responded after incidents. They were stuck in the reactive stage, constantly putting out fires instead of preventing them. How could Company A graduate from the reactive stage? Well, they could do things like establish basic safety protocols, conduct regular mandatory safety training, and set up an incident reporting system. After the reactive stage is the dependent stage. At this point, employees follow the rules in place, but only because they have to. Safety is driven by compliance rather than personal responsibility. Common signs that a company is operating within the dependent stage could include cues like managers enforcing safety, but employees don't take initiative. Compliance is reactive, not proactive. Or safety rules exist, but engagement is low. Take Company B as an example, where they have introduced strict safety rules and saw a 30% decrease in accidents. But here's the problem. Employees followed protocols only when supervisors were watching. If left unsupervised, many took shortcuts. So, knowing their issues, how could Company B, stuck in the dependent stage, move forward? They could encourage employee participation in safety meetings, recognize and reward safe behavior, and shift from punishment-based enforcement to positive reinforcement. The independent stage. This is where real progress happens, and workers take personal responsibility for their safety. Some of the most common signs a business is operating at the independent stage include workers are reminding themselves to follow safety measures, accidents are dropping significantly, and employees are actively suggesting improvements. Let's take a look at Company C. They have implemented a safety leadership program where employees were trained to identify hazards on their own. The result led to a 50% reduction in near-miss incidents because workers began self-correcting behaviors, reducing risks before they escalated. And finally, the interdependent stage, considered the gold standard of workplace safety. Here, safety is a shared responsibility, and teams actively protect one another. Common signs of an interdependent workplace include employees actively correct each other's unsafe behaviors. Safety is embedded in the company culture, and accidents are rare or nearly eliminated.
Every company fits somewhere on the Bradley curve. Understanding your position is the first step toward building a stronger, safer workplace. Looking to evaluate and improve your organization's safety culture? Certainty Software's powerful safety audit and inspection management platform helps you to identify risks, track progress, and drive measurable safety improvements today, all of which are key to progressing along the Bradley curve. Schedule your demo with us today to learn more.